Kenneth, Golovan, Opioids and the Immune System, the Hidden Danger of the Opioid Crisis.
Since the 90s, there's been a drastic rise in opioid addiction and overdose death. In 2019 alone, 10.1 million people misused prescription opioids, 1.6 million people suffered from opioid addiction, and over 70,000 people died of drug overdoses, most of which were caused by the synthetic opioid fentanyl. But these are not the only dangers of the opioid crisis. Opioids have been shown to weaken and impair the immune system in a variety of different ways. Opioids have been shown to impact the immune system's ability to recognize, react to, and fight infection and disease. My thesis focuses on a type of cell known as a helper T cell. These cells help to coordinate the body's immune response to specific infections. Think of them as the managers of the immune system. The most common type of helper T cell is known as a Th1 cell. Now, these helper T cells can change into different types of helper T cells depending on the type of infection that's present. What we found is that exposure to opioids, especially chronic and repeated exposure to opioids, causes these helper T cells to differentiate into Th2 cells. This is caused by these opioids changing the genetic expression of these cells, thereby fundamentally altering their biology and function. Now, by itself, this differentiation isn't necessarily bad, but in the context of an infection, this can be extremely detrimental to our body's ability to fight said infection. Essentially, the wrong type of helper T cell generates the wrong type of immune response and can impair our ability to clear infections from our bodies. By studying the mechanisms behind how opioids are impacting our T cells, we can inform best treatment practices and even identify potential therapeutic targets to help prevent the negative effects of opioids in the immune system. Thank you.